Okay, let's see. Okay, it looks like I have a picture and some connection, and it should be copyright free music here in background. I'm just gonna see if I can get my settings right here. There we go. And one there, and this one. Yeah. So let's see. Okay, it's Saturday and a bit unplanned. I have the home completely for myself for a couple of hours, and why not go on stream and show you what I want to do with these couple of next hours. If you have clicked in and you maybe are watching this on a VOD, you have clicked on Pia's Creative Corner. My name is Pia, and today I'm gonna talk about diamond painting. I'm gonna get ready with a new painting, maybe even started. Let's see how far I get. I'm gonna be here for at least a couple of hours, maybe a bit longer. We will see. It is not something I planned. And when I do these unplanned streams, I am streaming from my living room, and therefore there's no overlay or anything. It's just a completely raw stream from my phone. Hopefully you can hear what I say and have an okay picture. If anything, just let me know in the chat or in the comment. I hope that if you're new to my channel, you will consider subscribing or follow me here. I have an Instagram account and I have a YouTube channel too, where I put videos up. I will, however, say that I am not... hey Eula, welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. I will say that I'm not as active at the moment due to different circumstances, but I do put videos up, and most of the VODs from streaming are coming up really raw and there's no editing involved. But hopefully everything will be a bit more bright in the day, maybe in a couple of months. That's my hope. So, how are you doing, Ula? And is everything okay with the sound? You are you are my voice here, because I can't hear that much myself in here, and I can't see really what's going on. When I stream from my other room, I have my OBS to tell me if I have anything, if I have sound, but I hope I have some kind of sound. You're doing okay and everything is just perfect, so I'm just going to continue. Thank you. So, I finished my picture last night, my spring showers, and if you've been following me for a while, that's what I've been working on. I started working on it on stream, and then I shifted to songs on the cherry tree, and finished that one, and then I shifted back to spring showers and did that off stream. So when I look at it, it's been like 6 weeks or so, but I think I've only worked on it for 14 days or so, maybe 3 weeks, like in really intensive, and only with that in mind. So I finished last night, and I did also get to put the leftover drills in Ziploc bags and put that away. I'm gonna show tomorrow how it all looked, And so if you want to see the final result, I am streaming tomorrow, Sunday, from 3 to 4 is in Danish, and from 4 to 7 it will be in English. So, and I am going to show both in both sections, and talk about the picture. But I have a new one, and this is the next one that's going on my table. And I thought, when I have this like extra time, and I mean, I can only watch so much on my washing machine, so why not just prepare for the next one and maybe even start it. Let's see what we're going to do. My thoughts for my stream tomorrow on the Danish side was that I was gonna do some coloring. I'm gonna talk about the finish, and then I want to do some coloring, because it's been a while, and it feels like I'm missing out, and I really want to keep that alive, so to speak, and yeah, it's just a feeling, I think, to be honest, that I need some colors in my life. So, and today it's raining in Denmark, and it's just all over a indoor weather. My husband went out to help some friends, and it was a bit like last minute thing, because we had a bit of what do you call that? A conversation about priorities, meaning that he actually did. He had made a appointment with them, appointment with them like Thursday, and I was like, not for anything, but you know how much I'm struggling with my pain, and now you're leaving it all up to me with the dog and the house, and I had a bit of a meltdown. Okay, let's just call it as we see it. I had a meltdown, I admit. Not a small one, I had a big one. It was one of the biggies. And I think it was just because I was a bit stressed out, and I was really sad. I should have been to a summer party at my work yesterday, and I had to cancel that too because of my pain and my bad shoulder and neck and everything. And yeah, it was not pretty. It was not pretty, let's just say that. But I think he got the message. So that's why he's like off today, and he did do all the things before. So I don't know. Sometimes I'm really like I get really tired. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, and me and men and partners. And sometimes I just get tired. I think, oh, why bother? I really, to be honest, I really do. I think it has a lot to do with where I am, of course, and all that with my neck and my shoulder, and I think it has loosened a bit, but I think actually it's something that originates in my right side shoulder, because many years ago I torn that out of its socket by doing something very stupid. So I'm not gonna tell you about that, but I did, and it hurt like I never had tried that pain before. It hurt like hell, and it's for always a very weak joint, and as I haven't got older, it's just become a source of more pain, and I have just kind of ignored it, because I don't want to go into that because if I go to my GP about that, I might end up getting an operation in the shoulder, and I'm like, I'm not ready for that. I'm really not. so and it's not like I have unbearable pain in it. It's just it annoys me sometimes, and I have to, like, where it feels like it has to say like a clicking sound in your joint, and then it feels okay. uh, that's where we are, and then it hurts, and then I just need to, like, manipulate it a bit, and then it clicks, and then it falls into place, and all is good. And I think that has gotten, gradually worse and worse, and I think in a way that it kind of comes from there, and because I haven't done anything about it, I haven't gone to any kind of physio or anything. It just, like, transported to the next one, and yeah, it feels like that. So today I'm like, I'm not in a lot of pain. I just get really quick tired, and when I bent, like, my neck, when I bend it too much by looking down, if I sit too long, it kind of it hurts, and then I need to do something else. So that's where we are. Okay. I think I'm gonna go with, before I start the whole kitting up process, I think I'm gonna choose the pens I'm gonna use, because I wanna change that around a bit. I've been using these with the spring showers, and I don't know if this is just, maybe this is just something in my head that we don't have. But I am like, for me anyway, it's like these metal multiplacers I use for the round ones, and these are perfect for the square ones. So this is where I am with that. It might just be me, yeah. Sometimes I know I'm a bit strange with things, and I have been told more than once that I am a bit strange, because it's not just that I need it my way. Sometimes it's not making sense for anyone but me, the way I want it. But the only thing I can say, the thing that brings me peace in that connection is that my sister in Manchester is the same way. So I'm not alone. It's not just me. There's another person that's like me. So I'm like, oh, phew, it's just not me. So the reason why I use gloves with this is nothing to do with hygienes or anything, COVID or anything. It's just because my hands really not a good friends with any kind of cleaning thing, and yesterday I could peel like big flakes of dead skin off my hands because I kind of ignored it at one point. So now I'm trying not to ignore it, because it's really looking gross, my hands at the moment. So I'm trying to take better care of myself. We'll see how good I'm gonna succeed with that one. But I am going to clean these multi-places. I'm gonna take whatever I have in them out, and I'm gonna remove the tape I put on to make sure they sit a bit tighter in the pen. These pens are from Norse Alchemist, all of them. He's going to release some really nice ones tomorrow. Ooh, it's gonna be a hot one. I think I'm gonna have to have one of those. They are like purple, white, and with some glitter and stuff. So it's just me. It's just right up my alley. So if I can, luckily he's in my time zone. So hopefully I will be awake when he releases it. It's sometimes been the challenge with releases, that when if it's a company in the States, most likely I will be asleep or it will be early in the morning, very early. Um, so it's like that with Munimate when they're having their releases, and Agnes, little Magnus, cover minders, she makes the most adorable ones, but I'm never like on the right spot with it. Yeah, you have. He made a post not long ago that he's gonna be like releasing every Sunday instead of having like releases here and there, just to be more effective and better balance life and business booming. I think, to be honest, and it's a good thing. It's one of these positive challenges. So he's gonna release every Sunday. Yeah. So was it, maybe it was a Facebook post I saw it in. Yeah, I think it was a Facebook. For once, I was on Facebook, so I'm not really that much there. Just because most of what's going on there is a lot of drama and, you know, things I really have a really hard time to relate to. So I'm trying to sometimes be there just to, and be in the groups where I started being, like in the DAC whip group and the Danish whip group and the Danish diamond painting group I started up in, and just to, you know, still be like supporting and stuff. But it's hard. I really feel it's hard because yeah, I don't, there's so much that's been written in these groups that I really don't agree with, or that I'm like I can't be bothered with. So, but and maybe also because a lot of them are like only complaining, and I'm like, you know what? I have a lot of, I have enough chaos in my life and bad things going on. I don't need complaining. I need light and happiness and chills, vibes. So yeah, okay. Enough about that. So I was thinking, because it is like a there's some blue colors in it, blue, purple, and yeah, that kind of thing. So maybe we should take this one. This one could be one. No, maybe this one. Or maybe this one could be one. That one is more like. And then I want I still want a purple one. I can't live without my purples. I can't be without my purples. This is like an aura borealis. I know he's made that with that in mind. That could be one. What do you think, Ulla? Should I take these two? Another choice could be like this, and no. So I could do these two, for instance. Put these two, mix these two with. So I could do this and this, or this and this. So I have these four. Okay, so these two. Yeah, I feel like they would match good. We're gonna go with these two. Come on. Come on. Didn't have no, we didn't. Okay. Let's see if these can't. Yeah. I know he's not making these anymore because they're not as good as you want them, but I really like them actually. Oh. Oh. Where is that going? Or is maybe it's in the no. Where's my last one of those? It's here. No. Okay. I need to find it. I'm one short here. Hang on, I think I'm just gonna see if it's in my room. I know what it is. It was just wishful thinking. Sorry. It was just me. It was just me. No problems. I, I thought I had, but I didn't. I thought I had two of the single places from DAC, but I don't. I know I don't. It was just wishful thinking. Oh man. But I am going to buy one more. I am going to buy one more. I want to buy one more or two more of the single places. I would love to eventually end up with have like four single places. That means I need three more, and then have a 5 and a 10. This is 6 and a 12 of the multiplaces. 6 and 12. So this is the single placer from DAC, and this is one of my single placers from I think this is from Amazon, to be honest. So they're a bit from everywhere. So now I'm just gonna remove the tape here. And they're really good. I love the ones from DAC. So I am narrowing the field for what I'm gonna buy from them next, because I want to have like a I want to have a picture. But to be honest, I actually would love to try the small ones they just released, just to, first of all, to see the quality, but second of all, because I know one of my good friends love the things I do, but they're just too big, my pictures, so I could give her like that in some small frames, and that would really, you know, like sit very well in her apartment. Okay, is it this one I'm challenged with? I think it is. Can I use it here? Yeah, here we can go. So there's a couple of my pens from North Alchemist where it can be a challenge to find like well, the ones from DAC is a bit difficult to match in, but usually it kind of, you know, all sorts out at the end of the day. So okay, I'm gonna take this off. I'm sweating like I don't know. I'm gonna remove this. I need to clean up my table a little, just because otherwise I'm gonna get lost here. So I'm trying to practice and be better at not doing things off the screen, but on the screen. I'm really bad at that, because I get so caught up in what I do, and I'm talking about it and trying to show it, but I'm not showing it on the monitor. So so people will be like, yeah, that's okay, but how? So, and I'm really not, you know, it really is something I need to be very attentive about, because I'm not, if I'm not, I'm like not, you know, I'm just doing my things and not thinking too much about whether people actually are able to see what I do or not. So perfect. Yeah, perfect. This has a bit of wiggle room, and it's not all bad, but it's a bit bad. I have found to do this when to minimize the wiggle it does. This micro pour you can buy on the pharmacy in Denmark, I know anyway. It's called micro pour, and no, I haven't, because Ula's asking whether I've been to the horse to my outlet today, and I haven't, because I'm going horseback riding Monday. I moved it to Monday because my plan was I was going to the summer party yesterday in my company or in my workplace. So because of that. Hello, Gina. Good morning. Welcome in. Yeah, I know. it's been a while for some of you folks because I'm not streaming like Thursday and Friday at the moment. Um, so now I moved it, Ula, for Monday. So I'm going horseback riding Monday. So I'm not like abandoning him, no worries. So some of the Saturdays here in June, July will be moved. I will be moving on Mondays instead. So because I have like off work, I'm off work Monday, so I can do that. So how are you doing, Gina? What are you working on at the moment? So, but don't worry, Gina. I will be back streaming on Thursday, at least on Fridays. At least on Fridays. I don't know Thursdays yet. It depends on how it's going to do with my work situation. How bad, if it's gonna continue being as much as it is at the moment, it's gonna take a while, I think. But everything else, I hope is going to find a better balance after summer, I think. You started making soap. Oh, how interesting. So how is that going? So there's only 43 colors in this picture. So I think there's gonna be a bit more of the big ones, to be honest. Just right off the bat, I think. Of the big containers that I just had. So what I start to do, and that will make some noise, is I'm gonna cut them up in by numbers. So all of those that are the same number will be like connected, and all the rest of them is just gonna be cut up. This is one of the older pictures, not old, but before I start doing it, I have now, lately I started doing is when I do an unboxing and I put this in, put these bags in the big Ziploc bag. I'm just doing this, just because then it's so much easier for me when I want to kit it up. It may, I don't know if it will continue and maybe get into candle. Ooh, I have actually considered starting doing some candles because I am so much into scented candles myself. So, and I am using a fortune on buying scented candles in the winter period. So I was actually thinking maybe would be cheaper to do it myself, and then I would be like having exactly the ones I liked and all that, but I haven't got around to. You don't know if you will continue. No. Well, I think to me, my thought of it with the soap thing is, because I think it looks exciting, but to me personally, I might be like, I don't know how much soap I can use. You know, I don't use that much soap in like, I use fluid soap, and we have these special dispensers that are like electric, and they have like their own containers and things system they are in. So I would have to like exchange all that, and I don't know. I don't think that's something that I would do right now. Um, and I think, to be honest, to make soap for me, it should be something where I would be like, okay, this is something I would sell to people. That I could see if that was a thing. Um, the candle is more like, I know I use a lot of candle, so that would be more natural for me, but I do get why people get into making soap, and some of them are really making some interesting scents and you know, shapes and all that, and it looks really good. Um, and but they're also selling it. The ones I've seen doing soap their own are like, it's a part of their livelihood, so they do this for a living at from home. So I do get the curiosity about it, because I'm curious about it too. So let's see. Yeah. So yeah, there will be a lot more in the bigger ones, because all of these are like small containers, but the most of those I already cut will be in large containers. So what I do after this is, when I cut these up, I'm going to sort them out by numbers, and then I'm going to put them in containers. And you could be like, why do you sort them out by numbers? And it's because I get so easily sidetracked, and especially when I do my swimming. So just to be sure that I put the right number on the containers and the and the right drills in the container, I am doing, like, if I do it like in the same order as this, where the pre-cut labels are, I can minimize the chances of doing something wrong. And I have actually caught myself from being like, oh, why does this look different, or why does this not match? And it's because I've been sidetracked and lost a bit of attention, and then, yeah, you know, then accident happens. So that is why I do it like that. And I know some people might think it's a bit like too much or whatever, but to me it's safe. I'm like, better safe than sorry. So, and yesterday was my husband's birthday, so now we are same age, because we were born in the same year. So he's like, I am from May and he's from June. So he has around a month where he's like the youngest one. So I asked him yesterday if it was a hard thing to get old, and he's like, yeah, I don't know how you did it. I'm a woman. I can do things. I can do things. So, perfect. I'm going to put these aside. Put these. Then I'm going to take these. Like 101. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 AB drills in this picture. 210, 211. And then it's going to be all 310, 318, 33, 34, 36. Yeah. The 4, 5, 6. Oh, that was not it. 60, 45, 45. Six. Then we're gonna have this one. Let's see, what's this? So now I'm ready. And I have my, whoops, pre-cut. I just did cut my my tumble dryers shades up into small pieces so they can go in. I'm gonna need this one, and I'm gonna need this one, and we're going to so I usually, and this is, there's no rules without exceptions, but usually I will put them in the container first before I put label on, because if they are like this too much, or I can put, they actually fit in another even smaller or bigger size, I can, you know, just put them in there and not have used the label. However, I will say that the labels, if you're a bit careful, if you peel it off, you can actually reuse them, or you can just put some tape on top of it and it will keep it there. So, and just in general, when it comes to the labels from pre-cut labels from DAC, I will say that when I put them here, if I put them like that and I peel it off after a month and a half, 2 months, there will be a small amount of residue from the glue, but it's not more than I can just remove it with some alcohol or the wipes I just used to cleanse my pans with. So it's really not much, and they're just staying there. I have a bit more trouble with, because I put these, when it's on the small ones, I put them a bit different, and they tend to loosen here a bit, even though I do try to be careful to clean them. So these are not very clean. Maybe we should go with another. I have so many. I just cleaned yesterday, so these are now clean boys. Maybe I should do that. Yeah, these are clean. So we're just gonna go with these, and then I'm gonna clean these when I'm done today. I have 4 of these sets with Elizabeth Ward containers. They are my preferred ones. I can't. I haven't found a place where I can buy the Harbor Freight containers in Denmark, so it kind of, you know, I don't really have a choice when it comes to that. I might be able to buy them online somewhere, but actually it's like we have a Danish shop that do sell these, so I think that's why I mostly buy those, and I really like them. I wouldn't I wouldn't have bought like 4 sets of them if I didn't like it. And the things I like with these kind of containers compared to the other ones I've tried, because I haven't tried other systems, that there's gonna be like, I'm up in a really big amount if I can't have all of them in like one of these containers. Either it's one big ones like these, or like small ones, or them in the middle like these. So I have tried a couple of times. So sometimes I am like, if I have like 6 bags of one color, I'm just gonna put, you know, this can have like 3 of the sealed bags from the AC in, and then the 3 others I'm just gonna, you know, not put in a container, but just let be, and then when I'm used all of what's in that one, I'm just gonna put the rest of it in. So I'm doing it like that, but it's not that often, but it is something I have been like encountered, because I do tend to do really big pictures, and it's just part of that. So what I do is I put like a piece of tape just around to try and keep this. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, but sometimes they do like get loose in here, and I will just put another piece of tape on there just to try and keep it in online. Hello, baby. Hello. Can you say hey to the people? Let's say hey to the people. Actually, hey, sit. Sit. Good boy. Nah, it's not really his weather to be out today. No, it's not. It's too rainy. It rains too much. You want to go in the garden? Come on. But right now it's not. I think. Oh yeah, it is raining. He was like, he just paused out in the patio. It was like, oh no, it's raining. It's wet. Okay, I'm just gonna put this in, and then I need to go to my laundry. So we're just gonna take a short break. But yeah, it's not bad. It was raining really hard just before, and yeah, it's wet. I know, honey. Just look at me. What did you actually put me out in? I know it's wet. So I'm just gonna turn the music up, but I'm not gonna mute my mic. I'm just gonna leave it in here while I just put some clothes in the dryer. Hang on. And I'm back. The birds in my garden, they're like so territorial when it comes to the feeding place. And it's like, it's not just the big birds, it's like all of the birds. Just in between them. The different species are like not really kind to each other. So, I think I'm gonna sit down. Oops. I have like very, very old machines. So, I try to only use them when I don't have to be in the same room because they're like very noisy and squeaky, and they are on the first part of the list for what we are going to buy when we get some money in our home again. That is a new washing machine and a new tumble dryer. Maybe a combi because like we're only us. So at least it's not gonna be like an 8 or a big huge one like the ones we have. With the ones we have, we bought them right. Hang on. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Right, listen. Yeah, that's how rare I sneeze. So my dog is actually coming to check on me. Hang on, lick. Good boy. So, no. So the machines we have, we bought when we got together, and the kids were like small, and they have been with us ever since. So that means they are at least 15 years or so. So they are, you know, on they have been like used, because that's what you do when you have small children, are that you use them a lot. These machines. So yeah, they do need, they are in that state of their life. They need to be switched out with some news, and they do sound like they're really tired when they're running. And the tumble dryer, I need to, the clothes need to be placed a very specific in a specific amount and specific spot, because otherwise it's too heavy or it's too much off balance, and it won't like turn around. So in that, so it's a thing. It's a thing. Oh, the purple, the most beautiful purple 155 actually got the letter P, like it's my color. That we do like. That we do like. So, to me, a good like rule with these is when it's like this, one of these, it will match the container that's like this. If there's two, like here, I will reach for one of these. And if there's three, I will reach for one of these. And that's usually like it's a good measure point to have. But as I say, I will try, and for the most part, to put the drills in first or the stones in first, and then put the label on afterwards. And because I cut so many tumble dryers, yeah, of course I'm not gonna use them. That's the law. That is the law. And why it's not always the rule is like that, because sometimes these are small ones and they might fit better in this size, or even in this size when it comes to the next one. So it's like, it's not always like it's not as easy as it seems like. But I think it gives me a good hint about what to reach for, and sometimes I will have to change things around. Like now, I think it's gonna be a smaller one, to be honest. Maybe, or maybe not. It's sometimes it's a situation where I would be like using more than one, just because I know after a while this will be a bit too much. But this, they can't. Yeah, maybe they can. Let's see if they can. It's not like they have to if they can't, but I like them to be like full now and easier to work with when they're like later. Let's see how much it is. Oops. So what I do here, and this is something I do very often actually, is I put it in one of these, because this is what I have left, so I will put it in one of these and just use the small amount first. So I'm gonna put the label on this one. And I know it might seem a bit strange, but I think it's something with my brain. This is the way my brain works best, in a way. Like, I have done this a lot of the times working with this system. So, and it has nothing like reasonable, or it doesn't make sense for anyone but me, I think, at the end of the day. But that might also be the most important thing, that it does make sense to me and no one else. so I'm just gonna put this on here, so I know that it belongs, that the color belongs to this one. And I could actually have done the same with this one, because it's just on the, well, it's a bit too much, I think. Yeah, it might actually work. Let's see how much space we got. So they do have a limit. Like this is, now I pushed it to the limit. I can't even shake it in here. And I have this left over. So I'm going to do the same with this one, to be honest. So I'm going to put this one, and here I am. So what you do is you take this if you do like this, and you peel it off very careful, then you can actually change your mind about the containers, even though you have used it once. But here I do put a tape on, just a piece of Scotch tape or something in similar one, just to be sure that it's staying there. And then I am going to take, because I have a lot of these, so it's not a problem for me. And I think it's something to do with the fact that even though it seems like a bit strange that I'm gonna anyway going to use it, so why not? I think it's something to do when as soon as I like empty these, everything like falls into place and everything would look in sync. I don't know how to explain it. I think I'm a bit like it's something my mom left me. It's from my mom. I'm gonna blame my mom. I'm gonna blame my mom. I don't know if that's true, but she did have a lot with put things in. They had to be like symmetric. So if there was two in one side, there needed to be two in the other side, and I'm raised with that. Also, too, if I decorated things and like that, she was like, no, you need to do it the same way in both sides. And in a way, it's like, you know, why not just let the child do as it please when it comes to like the creative things, I think. How you decorate a cake or, you know, but that was also a teaching, that's for sure. And it didn't hurt me in any capacity at all. So it's not like I was like scarred for life with that lesson, that's for sure. I just got some strange ideas, but hey, if it isn't with this one, maybe it would be something else, you know. So it's not the worst thing, I think. It could be worse. It could be worse. I am going to tell myself it could be worse. Oh man. Okay. So, have you had any thunder over at your place, Ulla? Or is it just rain? Because it feels really like high humidity here, that it could be something that would be like in a thunderstorm or something here. So today is going to be a day where my husband's going to work, I'm going to do this, and he's going to give me, I hope, a text about how long it's going to take. It's something where when you're doing what he's doing as an electrician, you can't always tell how long things are going to take, because you hope this is just because he's going to find out why there's no lights, why the electrician is not working, electricity is not working, and this like finding that error can take like an hour, 2 hours, or it could take like 5 hours, depending on how lucky he is. And so there's rainbows, and it's a high humidity. Oh, and you're back because you went to the shower. When are you going to work? At what time are you going to work? Because then you can just, you know, you don't have to say bye or anything. You can just leave, you know, without being the big 3 o'clock. Okay. In an hour or so. Okay. That's soon. So if not anything else, I hope you will have a lovely day at work, and take care of yourself. And then you will be working for 2 hours. I saw a documentary today from my old workplace, Copenhagen Airport, and I was like, oh, I miss that so much. I really do. I really do. It's one of the things that I'm like, yeah, to 5:15. Okay. I guess I will be like online at that point, not like streaming, but I think Miss Coffee is streaming from around that time today. She was talking about streaming a bit earlier in and time zone wise. I think that's probably that. Maybe a bit later. No. I think that's probably first around 7 or 8 our time. Oops. That will not clap. That will not space. No, not enough space. Oh, I like this color. This is a beautiful one. It's like it's a bit darker or deeper than the 155. This is just the really dark deep purple. Proof. I need some glasses on. Prof. Alida Black. Hello. I'm just gonna call you Alida. Welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. How are you today? I don't think I've seen you in here before, have I? Oh, this was just a... What the hell did I do there? That was not what I was supposed to do. This was what I was supposed to do. I'm good doing my diamond painting. And you? I am good too. I am just enjoying having the house for myself, and I thought, why not stream while I do this? So what diamond painting are you working on? Oh, that was a quick one. My husband is home already, so he's going to be part of my stream, whether he likes it or not. So what diamond painting are you working on? It's a 5-part Adventures diamond painting, and now I'm on part 3. Ooh. Is it like a 5? Wish him congratulations with the birthday yesterday. I will, Lula, I will. It's like 5 separate pictures with 5 different characters from the adventures. No, when it's done into one big picture. Oh, okay. Det var hurtigt. Lige med det samme, eller? Var der på loftet?
Nej. Det var på venstre side af havedøren.
Hang on, be right back. Hvad siger du?
Det var på venstre side af havedøren, og så der stikkontakt. Der var smeltet ved ledning. Af med en. Så kørte det ind.
Ja, men er det en mus, der gnade i den eller sådan noget?
Jeg ved ikke, hvad det er.
Nå,
Det kunne
okay.
ikke lure.
Hvad?
Det kunne ikke lure. Det kan jo være den klemme der, hvor ledningen sidder i, om den ikke kan knække nok. Og det kan jo være flere år tilbage.
Ja, det er jo ikke noget, du har haft fat i, tænker jeg.
Overhovedet.
Nej.
Så
Det var hun glad og tilfreds.
det er for fanden. Nu kunne man se, at prøve det.
Det var godt skat. Back. So how big is it, all in all, this picture? And I have so many questions. I have so many questions. $45 by $95. Oh, yeah, that's a big one. The full, yeah. That is a big one. And is it with round drills or square drills or stones? This one that I am preparing for is 84 by 56. It is a landscape picture, but I'm gonna turn it around and do it on the 56 length. It's with round ones because I'm not a big fan of the square one. Okay. Den er derovre. I mean, to me, this, I don't know. If I've done too many with one, I want to do someone with the other one. You know, it's like that. So I don't have like a preferred thing. It's like with color blocking confetti. I'm like, if I've done a picture with a lot of confetti, I really want to do some with a bit more color blocking, or the other way around. So too much of either is too much. Whoops. Should try another one here. I mean, for me, and I think to me with the square drills has a lot to do with the quality of the drills. Whether I think it's it's good or not good. With for the most part with the drills with Diamond Art Club and the newer kits from like after from 2022 to now, I believe my experience is that they are as good as perfect in their shapes, and I know they're working on making them better every time. So I really find it easier to work with those than if it, for instance, if it's all lower, there can be a bit more difference in the size. Not like a lot, but I mean, when you do work with these pictures, a small difference in the size can mean a lot when you work with them. Sometimes it can be like almost a whole a whole square on the canvas. I have tried that, and it can like make the picture a bit crooked if you're not paying attention. So just saying that it to me it has something to do with the quality of the drills. Not that it's necessarily a bad quality, but absolutely there's a difference in the quality. That being said, I think that what I like with the square drills is that I can really like make straight lines in a way that I do struggle a little bit more with the round drills. But I like the way the round drills tend to give the pictures all like in a general way a more softer look. Where the square drills do tend to give it a bit more like sharp or polished look, and that goes well with some pictures and not so well with other pictures, I think, but that's just my opinion about it. So my next project I'm like working towards is next year I'm going to do a bit more on the cross stitch side, so I am working a bit more intensive with the diamond painting this year without burning myself out, and that is really a balance that I'm trying to go on the fine line, but yeah, it can be a struggle, but so far so good. I have been like having these where I'm like having one picture work on stream, and then I work another off stream. But I think here, just for the summer holidays and all that, I'm going to work just one picture because I do have a cross stitch I really want to be doing a good amount on, and I know if I'm working 2 diamond painting projects plus a cross stitch, I'm gonna burn out on one or the other. So just because otherwise it's just gonna be like a job, you know. It's gonna be like, oh no, stress out, and I don't want that. That's for sure. I don't want that. So my plan is next year I want to explore a little bit on the cross stitch, and a little bit I want to try and do some with silk thread just to see how it is to work with, and how it is with the the result compared to cotton thread. I might want to buy some more or lower kits, cross stitch. It to me it's a bit of a struggle because I want the stamped ones as it is. I'm not really have the courage to go into the counted cross stitch yet. So, but on the other hand, Oloa is like the company where I am most confident and trust that it's not stolen art. And that is something that is quite important for me. And I want to try keep my nose as clean as I can when it comes to that. Meaning that I do know that it's a problem in the cross stitch world too. That the pictures do end up being cross stitch pattern without the original artist even know about it. So so if I can not support that, I will try not support it. And that means that I'm gonna keep it on the like minimum amount from Amazon and AliExpress and places like that, because I'm not sure about those places. They might be okay, but I'm not quite sure. Hello, Binge. Welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. This was just meant to be a quick one, just because my husband has been out and working and helping one of our friends. And it's one of these things where it can take like 2 hours and everything is done, or it can take like 5 hours. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna chance it. So, and he just went home. So it didn't take us long, but he is just playing PlayStation while I'm streaming. So he will just have to endure me talking. How are you doing, Bench? What are you up to? Oh, and these are not really happy to get out here. Hang on. There's a little bit more on my table than in the container. That there's not that many as it is, so maybe I should just be a little bit careful so I don't end up missing one. Ja, sparkilsfolie sitter det med först här. Oops. So, but as so far, the only place I found where I could buy cross stitch, stamp cross stitch with silk thread was on AliExpress, unfortunately. So I tried to buy a picture or a kit where it is an Asian picture, so it's not like it's Disney or so I hope that kind of minimize that. It should be stolen out from you know, from here somewhere. What I would love to be able to at one point is to, you know, just buy a stamp cross stitch maybe from Lower and just change the thread. The only thing that worries me is that it might be a very, very expensive thing to do, depending on the picture, of course. Depending on, maybe I should choose one that is not like a 60 color picture like the one I started out with. So typical me. So typical me. I can't choose like a picture where there's like 15 colors. No, 60. Yeah. But it's pretty. I was like, yeah, but it's pretty. So it's that one I really would love to finish, because I already have like another one from Olo and I have an Amazon. I have started on all of them, but I like, they are just put in some Ziploc bags and they are just standing by, just to wait for me to finish that one. I bought a cross stitch stand. That works really good for me. I'm just waiting for some small accessories to help keeping the cloth stretch out a bit more than it is now. So maybe I'm just gonna keep it on heating up and then end the stream. Let's see, because my plan is that I'm going to I wanted to just be, you know, tomorrow on stream just to start on this picture, and then afterwards I'm just gonna remove it from that light pad into this light pad. These ones, that is tumble dryer sheets that are cut up. I use it for if there's like statics, drills that are static. I put them in the container, like here. And I keep them there actually right until I'm done with the picture. But usually when I start, if I don't use the drills now and just let them be and then start tomorrow, they will all be anti-static tomorrow when I start the picture. So in that sense, that really works for me. I was a bit like, the first couple of times I used the tumble dryer sheets, I was a bit disappointed. I think I was like, why doesn't it work? I put it in and then I was like, nothing is happening. I don't know what I expected, something magical would happen and they were just like, oh, anti-static. But then I was kind of thinking, oh, when it's in a tumble dryer, they will be tossed around with the clothes, so maybe I should just flip the container a bit. And when I started doing that, yeah, then it helps. So sometimes I can be quite blonde. I think. And if it's something where I'm like, with these for instance, it's like just once in a while. There's not every one of them, but sometimes I come across pictures where it's like almost from the first bag till to the last bag, and I will then it's just good. I'm just doing like starting out putting 2 or 3 of the sheets in the bottom of the container, and then putting drills on top of it, and then putting sheets on top of it again. So when I do that motion with it, there will be like quickly be dry sheets on all on sides of it. So to me, it's one of the solutions that works. I know some people are putting them in the freezer. Some are like taking like a Q-tip or cotton tip and with some alcohol and put it in, just wipe it inside the bag or the container, and that should take it too. So it's one of these things where I think it depends like what you are succeeding with for the first time you use it, and then that will be like your go-to method. So these looks a bit, so I put this because it's one of the big ones. I put this a little bit in the bottom. Yeah, these are for sure. So if I do encounter where they're kind of already in here in this bag here, and they can be, I know they can be a bit hard to get out. So I take a couple of these and I hold on top of it and I just shake it. So these in here will be tossed around with the bag, and they will actually be able to let go of the bag. Like so. So. And that's one of the things I like about the hot sealed bag, like the ones here that Diamond Club use, is to me I think that they're a bit easier when it comes to the static drills, because if it's Ziploc bags which some companies use, and it's like they get them in these and they just put them in Ziploc bags, because some people like to use the Ziploc bags, and I get that, but the whole getting the drills out, if they are bit statics, can be, I think, because when it's a hot sealed bags, I can do like this. No, there's nothing in it now because because tumble dry sheets work, but I can do like this, and I can actually wiggle them out if there should be some that are really persistent in staying there. But I can't really do that with the Ziploc bags because they're so soft, and there's this lock in the top. So when it's a bit of a struggle. That was just what I'm trying to say. So I like the hot seal bags, and to me, because I put them in containers anyway, the only thing I think that is like a good thing or is a positive thing about the Ziploc is that I don't have to worry about the leftover drills, because they will already have a Ziploc bag where the number and everything is on. But you know, it's a bit of a minor thing. It's a bit of a minor thing. So this was 3, as I said, 3 of these size bags this will do. So are you coloring today? Or are you working on a diamond painting bench? Or maybe playing some game? Some World of Warcraft? I saw that Phase 4 was released yesterday, I think. I found that there was on Twitch there was a group for some for the people that plays Genshin Impact, which is the game that I am playing when off stream on my PlayStation. The thing is, when I looked at one of the streams, I was just clicking on one of the streams like, oh, they are so much on further on in the game than I am. So I'm like, okay. I'm just gonna I can't it's like, okay, never mind. And I'm so stuck at the moment. I really need some high level to come and help me, but I think my challenge is that I need to, because you can get people to help you with things, world quests and so on. But the thing is that I don't have any keyboard attached to my PlayStation. So if anyone invites me, because I have tried and I accepted it, but I couldn't I could, but it was, I didn't have a keyboard. So it took like all night, all day doing it. So I was like, okay, I'm going to give up on this. But I want to try it, and I wanted to try to find someone to help me, because I'm really missing some quests that I'm not high enough and I can't solve them, and they are dropping things I need to move on in my levels. It's a struggle, you get it. It's a struggle. So I think I have to find a way to, it's just, I'm not communicating very well with the people that I'm kind of getting into group with when I tried it. And then I'm like, I think I'm also a bit intimidated that people would think I'm stupid, or, because I'm not that good of I haven't gamed that much, so there's a lot of things I do for the very first time kind of way. So I'm like, okay. And it's a bit different because you're running in your own world, so it's more like you can get help with some of the world quests, or you can get help in an instance. But hello, Madonna, welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. How are you today? So you're not running in the same world and just popping in at each other's places or things like that. So it's a bit limited. I tried another game called Dauntless, and that's more like World of Warcraft, but that gets a bit too much for me, because I got friend request left and right, and I was like, but I'm not really ready. I'm only in the first phase of the game, so I was like, oh, so I think I'm okay. I woke up stiff. Oh. But not as bad as yesterday, so I'll take it. Oh, I know that feeling, Madonna. I know that feeling. Oh, I know what you're talking about. I was like, yeah, yeah. Every small thing that is just a bit better than yesterday is just good. It's an improvement. You get to a point where you're like, okay, I will just have this. Will have to do. That'll have to do. That will have to do. So, but that is good. It's better than yesterday, so that is good. I wasn't going to pick up the diamond painting this morning, but think I will since I started back on it. I want to keep working on it, trying to finish the face. Oh, I can't remember what you're working on, Madonna. Whoops. Is it Moon Goddess? Then I'm a bit jealous. Just saying. Oh, Lillian Pearls. I know that one. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. That is beautiful. That's a beautiful one. Actually, I think I had it on my wish list, and when I came around to it, it was discontinued. It was like, okay, never mind then. I know one of my Danish followers bought it, and she did ask me one time where I would recommend her buying special drills, because she wanted to put on the pearls, do some special drills on that. So I think that's why it kind of stuck in my mind. I know what kind of picture it is. I'm really curious about how this is gonna look when it's done, this picture. Some pictures I'm like, I already know when I start like how the result is gonna be. But just because this is a very like simple, there's not that much on it. And yet again, there's some really details on it that I'm a bit curious about how that's gonna look on the finish. I like it, but the face looks weird between the background colors of the face that haven't been filled in yet, and the skin tones that have. It messes with my own. Yeah. Yeah, you love the blues. I mean, it has this like tones of blues and purples, and I think it's gonna be beautiful when it's done. It's just that, you know, sometimes it goes from sometimes I'm like, with the picture, I think it's beautiful on the in the original, and when it gets transformed into a diamond painting, it gets even more. So that, I think that's what I am curious about. Serious, it is disturbing. I know that. I haven't. I know this bit with the colors that can actually messes really with your head, like really. I think I had it with when I did the one with my what was it? I had one with, oh, excuse me, with moon faces on. I can't even remember what that was called. Was it a JoJo art? I think it was. Oh, but it was one with that had a lot of dark ones, and then it went over to some bright ones, and then it had like dark. Then it had these moon faces, and I was like, it's not because it was dark. I think it was just a change between the two colors. I really, it's one of the pictures that I really needed. When I was done with it, I needed, the first thing I grabbed for was Random Spangler as something with a lot of colors, and a lot of things was happening, and you know, it's like, I need something else. I need something else. Oh man. And I'm not good at like, okay, be like giving up on it and be like, okay, then I will do something else. Then I get stubborn and a bit, you know, like, okay, I'm just gonna finish this no matter what. I'm gonna stand here and die with it. so yeah, like when I did Golden Glade, because Golden Glade was the first picture where I did some seriously confetti thing on, and it was from like the first, my experience of it was from the first drill I put on until the last one. And I remember, I think it was the last 3 sections or so, I was like, maybe I should just take, you know, a break from it. But then I was like, see you tomorrow, Ulla. Have a good day at work. Take care of yourself there, okay? So it's one of it's these extremes where I get like out in the where I'm like, why don't you just take a break from it and do something else? And I'm trying to be better at it, so I'm not gonna burn out. But for the most part, I will just hunt down and then be like, okay, I'm just gonna keep continuing. It must be the Taurus in me, the stubbornness. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not a quitter. There you go. There you go. That. But this has peach tones for the highlighted parts, and the shade parts like under the chin and on the neck look like 3 days of stuff. It does look better the more I get filled in. So now I have the forehead, the nose, and the cheekbone shadows. Oh, and the eyes. Yeah, I get you. Oh yeah. But there's progress. I mean, you can see something is happening. So it's not like it's like completely just in one place. And I think that's what I like about diamond painting, and that's what is a challenge when I do the cross stitch, because cross stitch does take a bit longer, I think, before you can see things actually happening. That's been my first impression of the cross stitch anyway. Been like, yeah, okay. This is gonna take a while, but I do like the cross stitch. I will say it's something that does bring a lot of calm in my life, I think, and I tend to I tend to do a bit more like I did with the diamond painting in the beginning. So with the whole just getting lost in what I do that a bit more with the cross stitch than I do with the diamond painting. In diamond painting, I'm there where I'm like, I've made so many pictures now on this point, so it's I still like doing it, and it still gives me a lot, but I'm not like, I can do a lot of other things when I diamond paint. I can't do that much of other things when I cross stitch, not yet. And that's even though it's a stamp cross stitch, so I'm not like, I don't have to count or anything, but it's still, you need to you can still make mistakes, I can tell. So just as late as yesterday, where I was working on it, and I was like, that looks strange, that color, and that was because it was the wrong color. Yeah. So like, that's why it looks strange. Okay, we're gonna go with a different color then. So, but it was only like 6 stitches I had to frog, and I think doing it was okay. I mean, it's still, I think it's still a bit, it's a bit harder now, where I'm so far ahead far in the project, that on the back of the project I'm not really good at. I know that's one of the thing in the future for the next, this is my first one, so I do learn a lot of things, and I know in the future I'll have to be a bit more neat, so when I do have to frog, I don't like have to like cut up more than I need to. I didn't have to this time, but I might as well have, because I had to like just give up on some things, and be like, okay, this is on the back. No one's gonna see that. Kind of vibe on it. So yeah. pearls again. I finished one needle point picture, but I don't have the stamina for 14 count cross stitch. I still have 2 left. I want to do one by sections instead of piecemeal and see how it goes on the other one. I have to be careful what I aim at these days to keep from overdoing it. Oh yeah, and that is actually a really hard balance when you are struggling with pain and other issues. And I think with what I experience is that my mind want to do a lot more than my body can actually cash in. So I might have an idea that I want to do this and this and this, but at the end of the day I can only do maybe 1/3 of what I really planned for or I wanted to. So yeah, and that is also why I had to cut back on the days I stream, because I just don't have the energy. I can't magically conjure up resources I don't have. So and I prefer a situation where I feel like I can give you what you are coming why you're here, and not, you know, I think one of the things was that I felt like I was letting people down on my streams because I wasn't completely at the stream, mentally wise, and I really was not happy about that situation. So with me, it's not so much the physical doing of the craft. I have to keep renewing my interest in it, or it will sit in the closet for years. Oh, okay, I know what you mean. So it's better just doing 1 or 2 pieces of it and just finish them and think it's exciting. It's like not with any comparison, but sometimes it can be, you know, if you're having a favorite author in books, and if you read all the books the person has been writing, it can be like it gets too much. And maybe today, where the most of the books are like audiobooks, a lot of books are audiobooks, but back in the days when I was a young girl, you were buying books. And the thing about it was, when I came to like the fifth or sixth book of the author, I was like, okay, why did I buy 10 books? Because I really don't like the author anymore. So I guess it's kind of the same vibe about them. If you get too much, you will end up losing it completely. I saw something on my Instagram with an old art in cross, or not in cross, but broderie, where 2 people were sitting like on each side of a very thin cloth and doing like the stitches, and they were like stitching to each other, and the result of that broderie would be where it was like there was not a front and a back. Both of the sides of the cloth was like a front. So, and it was 2 different pictures. It looks really crazy and amazing. And I think in a way that this is where the social media and all that is a good thing, because it keeps some of these old um, crafts alive, because you can show them, and there can be people maybe not in the country that where it origins, but maybe another people another place in the world would feel like this looks really interesting. Maybe I should find out how it works, and try it out, because a lot of our crafts from back in the days are actually dying, unfortunately, because there's not a next generation to take over in a lot of things. So I know, for instance, here in Denmark, where we have had a lot of farmhouses with straws on the roof. That is a whole special kind of way of doing things, and it's not something you just learn. It's something you need to be at a someone who has done it for years, and then you can walk along and see how it's done, because there's so many things that are like, you can't read it, you can't you have to be taught it by someone who's already doing it, and it's a feel, it's not something that can be written down. I used to love reading, but nothing gets done when I'm reading unless I'm baking or making some kind of one-pot thing. I have to rewind audiobooks so much I don't listen to them often. Why does everybody decide to talk to you when you're listening to one? Haven't talked to me all day, but let me put on an audiobook. Well, yeah, it's a thing. It's almost like, oh, I need a nap, and then the phone rings. Oh, darn, I didn't need a nap anyway. So, that was the last one. I keep looking at the arm, but there's no watch on. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I can't give you a good reason why. I don't know why, but I know that I know that feeling. So, gonna clean out the table. I think I am going to, whoops. No, I'm gonna wait, because sometimes I want to sort them out in colors, and sometimes I sort them out in symbols, but I'm gonna wait until I start the pictures, because it's actually the pictures gonna tell me whether I'm gonna do one or the other. Yeah, it is. Are these cool? Yeah. Oh well. So I'm gonna use this tray, and I'm gonna use this tray and this for the drones for this picture. Also, I see you didn't say anything today about how long this stream is going to be. I vote 4 hours. No, and the reason why I haven't wrote anything about it is because I actually don't know. So, only 2 hours to go. Go, 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 go. Yeah. Well, you never know. You never know. Because it was like an unplanned thing, and when I started the stream, my husband wasn't home, so I was streaming from, I'm streaming from the living room. But he hasn't complained, and you haven't complained about anything yet, so we're just gonna let it run. I think as long as both parts, like, you know, he can do his thing without being too much bothered, then everything is okay. Oh, maybe I should just give me alcohol wipe, I think. I'm just gonna wipe it with one of the alcohol wipes. I just need to get some gloves so my fingers aren't, so all my skin isn't falling from the fingers. It's one of the things that I actually, on my old days, I think I get a bit more sensitive than I was when I was younger. Maybe you can get overexposed to things, because I was working at a fast food restaurant, and when I was young, and I never wore gloves at that point for anything. So maybe you get a bit overexposed. You won't me to see me complain about people doing stuff. I haven't got where I check Twitch first to see who's. I've gone where I check Twitch first to see who's dropped. I know, Banana. Don't worry, you're not the only one. You're not the only one. So, the next thing, we're gonna put a canvas on. I'm gonna show you how it looks before I turn it around. It's actually really beautiful. So it is a bit big, but I hope you can get a sense of it. Even though, because this is just as big as my light pad, and my light pad is A1. So this is 84 centimeter, and the 84 centimeter is the picture, and my light pad is, what is that, 83. So, but I think it's real. It's I'm a bit curious about how it's gonna. So I'm gonna turn around. Let's see where I'm gonna start. I'm gonna go this way. So the symbols are gonna be like that. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put tape on. I'm gonna put cover paper on, and then I'm gonna do a section or something of it. I think I am a bit curious about it. Oops. Hello there. And the surface here, the table, this is where the light panel is on is the top of a drawing table, so I will be able to raise it, so the surface will be a bit more um, adjusted to my back and stuff like that, because that is a bit of a sensitive thing. So, but first we're gonna put on the top here. And for once I actually did remember to put washi tape on before I started. Usually it's something I do like 2 lines or something on the page. I'm like, oops, I think I forgot something. So we're gonna do like this. This is just so it's not gonna move anywhere. Oh, this looks beautiful. It actually looks really, really beautiful. Okay. So the reason why I do it this way is, again, it's a mental thing. Because I could do it the other way around, on the other side. But this way, I will only have to put, like 4 or 5 of my cover papers, and if I do it the other way around, I think I would use 7 or 8 of them. But then again, you would only do like 4 or 5 rows. But I prefer having it on the short side, if I can, and I can with the print from Diamond Art Club. I can. It's not a problem. So I am a bit careful how I put these on. Not like really, but a bit, just to be sure that so when I do get to the last line, I have it will support me. So yeah, 4 here. So yeah, of course there's gonna be more lines, but it's also gonna not take as long doing one row. Oh yeah, that's Lamar today. I completely forgot. Oh yeah, it's 4 o'clock. Start on 4, Lamar. I completely forgot. That's 24-hour race today. So I usually see that. So one of the drivers in the 24, it's race cars, if you don't know what I'm talking about. One of the drivers in that race is a Danish person that has won. I think he's one has won the most, hasn't he? Tom Christensen. Yeah, they won the most races on that 24 race. So yeah, but that's a good thing about me streaming from the living room, so I can actually stream and have an eye on the race at the same time. So I'm not necessarily have to end the stream just because I want to see the race. Medana. I can do both. I can do both. So I put my cover paper on, and I'm gonna put these on. These are sticky mats, and I just washed them today, so they're still a bit wet on the plastic, but that's okay. I use them today. I mostly use them just to keep my plastic in line, and so that won't bunch too much around. In the beginning, I used them a lot to have something to put my tray on. That is a bit more wishy-washy whether I do that, I would say. But this, to keep my plastic in line, I really like using them. And I've used two more here to keep the plastic in line on that side, in that way. But yeah, I think it's a bit depends on what picture I'm working on, and you know how everything is moving along. Whether I use the sticky mats for helping to keep my okay to keep the plastic there, or to help holding onto the tray. I'm laughing because apparently I put two together without any in between. So I buy these on Amazon or Wish, like the cheap ones, and I always have like some extras in spare, just if anyone just because after a while they will get a bit, they will break. So, and because I'm just yanking them off the plastic whenever I need them, so I'm not like very careful. But when that being said, they actually last a really good long time. So yeah, it's a thing I use a lot, and I always use it for my painting. So now I'm just gonna move this down. What's really important for me, I found out, is that I have the project or the picture so as close to me as possible, and this is like the perfect perfect place for me. So I'm just going to secure this. This I've been doing from day one with all of my paintings, is actually put them on something, it's hot surface, and put them, use this tape, use of your painting things, because it doesn't leave any residue. So it's not just something I use for the big pictures. Yeah, it is masking tape. Yeah, it is. It is. So, but sometimes I will be using, just because the plastic can be a bit annoying, and when I use the tray. So this can be a challenge when you have like really new sticky mats. So this can be a challenge that keeping, hey, I'm gonna, like that. I need to, hang on, adjust the table a bit. So the surface here is not as tilted as I usually have it, but when it is, this will slide off, just because I have, what people struggle the most with these sticky mats is they are really sticky, and it can be a hard thing to get the tray off it again. So what I do is I put the plastic here, I put halfway, so I'm only like having half of the sticky mats. But sometimes it's not working as good. So what I do instead of is I take this cloth, because this has the same effect, and sometimes it is a bit better. And this whole, like, what you can say is that this one will hold this plastic in place, and it will also hold the cloth in place that holds this one. So this is just one of the things where I'm like, you will figure it out, whatever that works for you, I think. That's just something that I found out that works for me. So I put these up here. And these are like things you put in your drawers, so your glasses or plates or whatever is not like sliding around. So I like to be sure that my picture is not moving anywhere, and that it is as smooth as possible when I do my painting. So that is why I put the masking tape on. I know a lot of people don't use it, so it's just something I use, and I've been doing, as I said, from day one. Because I really was experiencing a lot more like when I started it was like it was sliding, the picture was sliding a lot, it was moving a lot, and I really struggled a lot with the movement for my liking. So neat. That looks like it works better than Magnus. I do like the Magnus sometimes. I had to quit buying diamond painting supplies. Oh, you mean the cover minders? Yeah, like oops. I mean, I like cover minders, but I don't use them as much for this. I use them sometimes when I need to move a picture, or it need to I'm taking a break from it and I need to cover space of the picture that's already done but not completely done, and I want to put cover paper on, then I would be using cover minders. But I actually use more, like I'm using more for my cross stitch as a needle minder. With that being said, and that really, when I use them for that, I really need strong magnets. So I don't use the cover minders, for instance, from DAC, because that's really just cheap magnets on them. But what I did, this was one I got from Oaloa. I got a couple, and these are all in plastic. So I put magnets on the back, so I can use them. So when I put them on my project, my cross stitch project, I can put the needles on the whole plate, and it will keep it. So in that sense, I like using things, even though they weren't like maybe not meant in that per se part. So I'm gonna take this, and I'm gonna get my center putty, just because I need to remember I have center putty. Yummy, yummy. So especially in the summertime, I do have my center putty in the cooler, just to make sure that they are like, not so much that they are cold, but more that they are hard when I use them. These are from Mary. It's called Mary Muck. I was not so impressed with this. I really, to me, the best set party is Randall's Crafty Corner. That is, but I still, this still works. It's not like it doesn't work, but I was not that impressed with it. But that being said, I also think that it has a lot to do with how I work with my drills and all that. So it doesn't last as long as I want it to be. Um, I think it to me it really quickly gets stringy and dirty and leaves residue on the drills. I need to be very careful, pay attention on how far I am in with the work with it. But so I don't like overuse it because if I do, it's just gonna be really nasty. It's gonna be a mess. It's gonna be a mess. A mess. So. So I do use this for my multiplacers, and I use glue dots for my single placer, or I use pink wax for my multiplacer. That's the kind of the two things I use for it. So I'm on a no buy with the diamond painting, by the way, Madonna. So I have bought I think two this year, 2 or 3 this year. I have some points I need to use, but I think as I recall it, I think I have a deadline around November or so to use them. So that I hope is time enough. So I'm gonna buy some 1 or 2 pictures I think there is points enough for, and then I want to have some single placer, and I want to have a 5 and a 10 multiplacer. So I was thinking of maybe trying one of these the sets, some mini sets they are releasing. To see if they were something to I want to maybe use as a gift or something, because it is I think to me sometimes it's a challenge that I really like working with these big pictures, because it's not an easy thing to give away. It really the people that gets it really needs to have the space for it, and not all of the ones I know have. So one of the things when I work with a picture where I kind of work with it the wrong way. In the beginning, a lot of the time I will be placing my container the same way as the print, so I'm sure that it's the right symbol or the right color, the right place, you know. I think the next time, I think the next thing I buy will be a wax. I want to try the blue wax or pink wax from somebody else. If I get quiet, is that I'm developing? It's okay, Madonna. It's quite okay. Don't worry, no worries. But thanks for letting me know. Well, I think Miss Coffee is using a blue wax. She's quite fond of. The pink wax I'm using is the one that is in the Diamond Art Club kits. So in that way, I can't like recommend anyone. Binge, I am also, but sorting out my crafting room. Ooh. Is that the crafting room where there's spiders in, or what? Because I know you were talking about you have a crafting room, but you were not there that much because you needed spiders to it to be spider free. So we are on the move. And I am a multi-placer thing for sure. So my safe space is absolutely with a multi-placer. And I have been doing that almost from day one, doing diamond painting. Not day one, because day one I did do a lot of partial ones because I was not quite sure, what I bought. So I just ordered a lot from Wish, which they were so cheap. So yeah, I learned a lot about that. No, it's the room I'm in. We need to get cable to run to the crafting cabin as my connection would not be great. But it's on the cards. Oh, okay. I love that we can hear you placing diamonds on yours. Yeah, that is one of the benefits when everything is like new. I think with the both with the center party and with the glue dots and everything. It's like then everything is like clicking. It gets almost like the ASMR videos. So I think I will always be a little bit, they need to be perfect aligned, but this is the most perfect they will be, and I know that it's not. It's been a lot worse when I worked on some of my cheaper pictures, or not cheaper because that's not true. I would say with the lower quality drills. That's how I'm gonna phrase it because they were not cheap. I had a lot of correcting all the time, and I thought that was how it was meant to be. But I will say it's not. It doesn't have to. Um, I'm not with these from the latest. one I bought from Diamond Art Club. I am actually not correcting as much. Yeah, I'm still streaming tomorrow. Yeah. As usual. So tomorrow I stream 3 p.m. my time, and I am from Denmark. I need to remember to say that. And 3 to 4 it is in Danish, and then from 4 to 7 it will be in English. So, and I do feel a bit bad when people are like popping in and it's from my international followers, but I think it will all make sense when I start like streaming again on Fridays, for instance, that I do have this 1 hour in the week where I do a little bit for my Danish followers. So when it comes to the difference between the round and the square ones, and what I do prefer, as I said before, I'm not like having a favorite, because if I work much with squares, I want to do rounds and the other way around. But that being said, I really like the way the squares sit when I work with these paintings, where they are so good quality that they just are like almost flawless in the size, and in the size how they are matching each other too. So this picture was a picture I bought for my husband because he really liked the big birds. So even though this is called, I think it's called American Anthem or something, yeah. It's not because of the title, it's more because of the motive, the picture, you know. And the trays are absolutely my favorite trays. They cost me a fortune, but it's in this situation where I do make a choice in what I buy, because when I get things from the States, and these are from the States, I do pay extra money to get them out through customs. So I buy these trays because they are really good quality, and they are really matching the way I work perfect. Læg dig ned. I have a magpie thing going on with this. However, I lay down something on it is always shining. So this light blue one, the light blue tray here is also a Munimate, and it's one I got when I bought a picture, a kit. If you do that, you can. It's a way of getting Unimate tray a bit, so you don't have to sit up and wait for the release per se, or be on a waiting list. So you can order one of their pictures, and then you can choose to get a luxury kit where there will be one of the trays. So I did that at one point. I bought a picture called Alma the Cosmic Witch, and I did it last year. I finished it during Drills and Chills, the event where we are celebrating Halloween or autumn or fall Halloween things. It's a beautiful, beautiful picture, and they have a lot of really cool special drills where I still use some of them. The leftovers from that pictures, I still use some of the special drills from that because they are really unique. And I have been able to incorporate them in other pictures. And then I really started to love to do is using the special drills a bit more for other pictures, and I'm so I've made so many pictures now that I have like a small stash of special drills I can use, and then I've bought some, of course. And that is one thing you can do from our lower too, is you can actually buy crystals, for instance, or AB drills, which I have, and they are really good quality, both round and square drills. So that I can recommend for sure if you should be like wanted to do some enhancement or make your own twist on the picture. So I'm going for a half an hour more, and then I have to let you go, unfortunately. Um, but I am going to work with this picture tomorrow on my stream. It's gonna it won't be in during the Danish part of the first hour, because I think I'm gonna do the coloring there, but I'm gonna do it for sure when I've been like doing a review on my finished picture. Then we're gonna work on this one. So you will, if you're here and watching this stream, you will be revisiting the picture again tomorrow on the next stream. That I can promise you. Because I want to, work a bit more on it for sure before I kind of put it back on in here. And then you will, of course, see it for the next couple of Sundays, unless I am going to. I could be choosing to do. I have one or two snack size, like the really small ones, and I might be doing one of those in between, just because it's like something I would be able to end within reasonable amount of Sundays, if I only work on it on Sundays. Because that was kind of the thing I wanted to do with the spring shower, but realizing that it was still it was still kind of a big picture, that it was not, I wasn't gonna finish it before I got stressed out about it. So, and I think that is the challenge for me, is not to is actually to take it easy and chill about it and don't stress out about it. Um, and it's so stupid of me doing it because there's no one is pressuring me but me. So, oh, I will probably be in here de-stressing. We have Father's Day tomorrow in the US, and I am going to be helping cooking. Hopefully, it won't be too bad. I like to bake, but regular cooking is not my best. Ooh, I don't like either. I've really tried because I've always been fascinated about the whole decorating part, and but it's never been a thing for me, the baking thing. And cooking is something I really need to be in the mood to enjoy. I do enjoy cooking when I can do it, when I feel like doing it. Then I do enjoy it, and I've a lot, I would say. But the whole doing cooking on a regular basis is not me. When I was single and living on my own, it would be like I would do, out of the 7 day on the week, I would be eating like bread the 6 of the day, and then on the 7th day, usually on the Saturday, I would be like, go grocery shopping, and then I would be buying to do some hot meals, and that would be the hot meal for the week. I was not good at that, and I've never been. So my luck is that my husband is really, really sweetheart and cooking for the both of us, because if I should do it, we wouldn't be getting any food. We would be getting food, but not hot food. So in that sense, I'm really, really lucky to have someone who can do it. He was kind of forced into it when the kids were small, and I got all of the problems with my back because I didn't have like the resources for it. So yeah, and then it's just kept being his thing to do. The only thing I still do is I make lasagna, and I do some stir fry, vegetables and meat with some seasoning that only I can do, I think. And then we get some glass noodles or egg noodles, and it has to be eaten with chopsticks. So yeah, that's the only thing I cook in here. And I think, to be honest, if I was on my own today, I think it would be something with me just, still be cooking 1 or 2 a week. And then I would be like living out of rye bread or um, yogurt or something like that. I like cooking simple, easy things where stuff is mostly seasoned for me, but when I have to season stuff myself, who knows how that's going to go. My mom will be doing most of it. I will be helping. She loves to cook and she loves children. What's wrong? Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Sometimes I think I've been asking the same question about myself, to be honest. What's wrong with me? Because I never liked kids. I usually try to soften it a bit by saying it's not that I don't, it's not that I hate kids. It's just that kids make me so uncomfortable. And it's not like I can take, and take a baby and be like, ooh, I love the smell of a baby. I don't like the smell of babies. I really don't. It would, if it was just me, it would be pizza, burgers, and occasional cooking. Yeah, Madonna. Same here. If it was because I would be fat, like really, really fat, I think it would be. I am. I love burgers and pizza. Like really, really love it. In a way that it's not healthy for me. So yeah. So I think if I was on myself on my own, I would just to be careful about my health situation. I would be doing. I would be eating more, bread, dark rye bread and stuff like that on the everyday base, and then I would be in the weekend. I would be eating McDonald's food or something like that. Um, yeah, it's a thing. I love babies who can't walk yet and get into stuff. I cannot handle kids who need guidance, who can't walk yet and get into stuff. I cannot handle kids who need guidance. See, that's where I'm a bit different. I think then because I've always said if I'm gonna be a mom, I want my kids to be like 5 or 7 when I get them. So maybe that's why I became a stepmom and not I not got them myself. I don't know. um, I think the problem for me is that kids. I think it's because I'm not a playful type of person. I can't sit on the floor and play with a kid because I don't have it in me. I have never done that much when I was a kid myself. Um, I've only played like because I think because I was alone, only kid for the most part. Then of course I had my very best friend on the next door, but and she's become my sister later in life, but in a more spiritual way anyway. But still, it's never been like I think I've been a grown up for a longer time than I have been a kid, mental wise anyway. And so I think that's why. But kids have always been drawn to me, and it's like they would come and take my hand. They'd be like, come and see my room, and I'll always be like, really don't, but okay. Um, and they will really try to make me be a part of that game play and all that. Me too, but I did have burgers almost 4 days one week. Then I got home one day and my mom was like, we're having burgers for dinner, so maybe I can handle burgers 3 times a week, but 4 or 5 days are too much. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think I would grow tired if I only should. I know I would eat burgers like only with beef and stuff, but you can eat burgers with other things and that taste as good. Um, I mean, I worked at a place when I was young, at the burger place, and so I know where my limits are. so to speak, in a lot of sense when it comes to burgers and French fries and all that. But I also know how much it costs on the scale. So I think that is the one that prevents me, to be honest, because today I can't lose the weight that I used to, the way I used to, because usually I would be just be, upping the ante when it comes to the training sessions and all that, and that would just make me keep not being fat, just a little bit chubby maybe sometimes. But I can't do that anymore, and I need to watch my weight. I need to watch what I eat because of my type 2 diabetes, and yeah. But as my good GP said, just because I got the type 2 diabetes was not the same as I had to live out of water uh, and vegetables only. I was allowed to live still and have fun and enjoy life. I just needed it to be not everyday thing. So. I hear you. I'm not the fun person in the room for kids at all. I'm more serious and I like peace and quiet. I was so glad when my nieces and nephews were able to entertain themselves and I could go read a book. I saw them long enough to say hi, how are you, and be gone. Yeah. That good kids are the kids you will only say hi to and then they will be gone. That we like. Yeah. And this is how it's been for me, like always. And people always say, just wait and see when you get your own. It's gonna be different. And then I talked to a former colleague, and she was a lot like me, and she said, well, not really, cause of course she would be more tolerant with her own kids in a lot of things, but she would still find other kids that were like noisy and all that annoying. So in that sense, she wasn't getting any more patience in, and she was not like, and she said, yeah, we were talking about these mothers that are like the kids are bringing home 10 of their friends without letting know on forehand, and she said, yeah, if my daughter did that, I would be like, no, sorry, but no. I like to plan ahead. I like to, have be sure I have enough food in the house, and I think I would be the same. I know I am the same, and to me, I'm sure that it's something I like. I was brought up that way. That was not something we did. Um, my mom was like that. That if if I wanted anyone to come with me from school, it was something that she knew about before it happened. Like it was not something that I suddenly had another, had a friend with me. Oh, this is my classmate. Can she stay for dinner? No. Uh, I have all that going on nowadays. I'm supposed to be cutting down on sugar and drinking more water. This is the first week. I'm going to try taper down. It is hard. It is hard. I think what I'm trying to go by rule wise is because I know that if I'm like saying I can't have this, I can't have this, the only thing my mind will be spinning around would be about all that I can't have. Um, so I'm trying to make better choices, and then I'm cutting myself some slack in that I'm not gonna change everything on these 3 first months I've had like type 2 diabetes. Now I'm going to check next week, and I've got my blood drawn, and we're going to talk about how it's going, how the medicine is working, not working, what we're adjusting, and then I'm just going to take one more 3 month and see, then I can maybe do one more change or two more changes in my diet, in what I eat. I've cut back seriously on my Pepsi Max intake. It's something I only drink 1 or 2 of during the weekend. The rest of the week I drink water with tasting, because I can't drink pure water. My mom was the 10th kid's mom, but she grew up that way and is a people person. She had 9 brothers and sisters, and there would have been 13 of them. They'd all lived. Oh, yeah. And I think if you like having a big family in that way, you're not that particular about 1 or 2 more for dinner. That and I don't think I would either, because whether I make food for 10 or 12 or 10 or 11, it doesn't matter. You still need to buy in a good amount of food or make a good amount of food, so you're sure that there will be enough for everyone. But if you're only a family of 4, for instance, it actually do matter whether you are 4 or 5 or 6 for dinner. So I think with the change of diet wise, I think the best advice is to do 1 or 2 changes, and then incorporate it to be like a habit. And when it is that, do the next couple of changes. Don't try and change everything in one like motion, because then it's just gonna be it's not going to last. And the most important thing at the end of the day is that the things are lasting. That this is for life. This is not just a diet or anything. This is something I have to change for life. So but it is hard, and I have never been a good person on diets, so that's why I'm like I'm not forbidding myself anything. I'm just not. I'm choosing not to. So if I want to, I can have, for instance, a piece of dark chocolate. If I want to, I can have a small bowl of crisp or chips. I'm just not gonna eat the whole bag. I'm just not gonna eat the whole, bag of chocolates. So in that sense, I'm still allowing myself to get some, but just not as much as I used to. So I'm just paying a bit more attention on how much I eat, what I eat, and sometimes I will prefer having some fruit instead of maybe having ice cream, for instance. And maybe the good thing about me is I'm not that much into it. I like to have it every now and then. So I can have periods in my time and in my life where I'm more into eating chips or eating ice cream, or but it's not a thing where I'm like doing it all the time, or I'm not a cake person, for instance. I do like cake, but it's some special ones. It's not all cake things I like, and so in that sense, and there are some things where I'm not, where it's kind of easy for me to regulate it. That if I think the biggest problem for me is the chips, the crisp. That's where I'm really like struggling. in the sense, but then again, even though before I got my diagnosis of with the diabetes, I was still not eating a whole bag because I lost kind of interest for some reason. So I was already like adjusting or portion sizing things. But it's been like that for me for many years where I was like, did I open a bag of chips? I wouldn't stop eating until it was empty. There was nothing about, there was not this about closing it, or the bag was open, it needed to be empty. You never knew if anyone would eat the rest of it. So when I have what I like about the Munimatrix are they're really big, and because I like to multiply a lot, I'm really happy about having as much space as possible when it comes to moving the drawers around and make it possible for them to align. I feel like they are really good for when I need to just shake them, and I can do this a bit and they won't like jump over the wall or the edge here, so that's really good. With me, if I have it around the house, I'm going to eat it. That's why I'd rather get a soda out of the machine at work than have a 6-pack of soda at home. If I have a 6-pack, I'm going to have one every day. If I get one out of the machine, I will get one every few weeks. Oh, really? Oh. But it is, but it's just a matter of finding the mechanics that works for you, and that's where the best is to be honest about for yourself. Where is it? Like say, I don't. If I have it at home, I'm just gonna eat/drink it. It's better just to have one. I just take one from the machine, and then I won't be taking. I won't be drinking any more than that one. But if I have like a 6-pack, I will be drinking it one every day. And you won't even be thinking about it possibly. It'll just be something you do because they're there, they're available. So yeah, I think that is like, and it's where sometimes I feel like the people, the professionals that are there to help you, that to me, they sometimes I feel like they're not like really listening to what I say, and considering that I'm actually an adult, that I'm not a young kid, that I actually live the most of my life, and I do know myself very well. So, and I am trying to be honest about it, mostly for me. I actually don't care too much about what they think, in the way that whether they think it's a good plan or bad plan. Of course, if it's something where I bring my health in risk, I'm of course gonna listen. But I had a neurosurgeon tell me that if I just lost some weight, I would get free of all my pain. Yeah, I just got subscription to go to you and talk to you because my MR scan was showing that I had a lot of damage and wear and tear on my back, and I needed an operation. And it was only because of a waiting list situation, so I could get into the private sector. and he was the most condescending and stupid, mean man I ever met in my years with my back. And I was like crying my eyeballs out when we left, and I was like, okay. So I went back to my own doctor, my GP, and said, he said this, and I'm like not agreeing. So I got recommended further on to another neurosurgeon. And in between, I got a second opinion from another in the private sector, and he was like, no, of course, I do get why you're in pain, because there's actually showing that you almost have nothing in between. So a surgery, so operation where you get your back supported and your spine supported will make so much sense. So so it was not all something in my mind. It was not because I was too fat that they couldn't make the operation on me. It was just because he had a lot of, you know, he was already judging me before he talked to me. He didn't even examine me to, you know, he did a really stupid thing, I think, a really thing where I was like, this does not make sense. He touched me on both of my lower leg on the same side, just on a different leg, and he said like, does this feel differently? I'm like, no, because I have motion, I have some disturbance in how much I can feel. It's not like I am completely non-feeling, but it's just like I only feel 85%. So it's like I have like a big stocking on, so I can't feel completely everything. Yeah, what do they tell skinny people? Exactly. So, and he was like, oh, but then there's nothing. I was like, but I still have, I was like, I was so, yeah, I was really like, I didn't know what to say. And I'm like built a little bit, you know, dense. I'm short, and so, and I was always been, so even when I was at my lowest, like the most, and really I had like, you know, low fat percentage, I was still 10 or 15 too heavy compared to what I should weigh. So it's like I'm never gonna win that thing. Because my body is not like that. If I'm gonna weigh what they want me to weigh, I'm gonna look like I'm dying, for sure. And I'm not gonna have any muscle tone left at all. It's all gonna be bone and skin. I'm not sure I'm gonna like that. Like at all. So, okay, you guys, I need to move on. My body is like screaming a bit of me now. I am going to be back tomorrow. This was just really spontaneous, unplanned, spirit of the moment. So, but I got started on my new diamond painting project, and so far we love it. I'm probably gonna do, I think I might be working a section to this night, to this evening. Maybe. We'll see. At least tomorrow I'm gonna work, keep on from wherever I end the stream today. Because I just remembered that I actually had planned on doing my cross stitch this evening, so maybe I'm just gonna do that. And we're gonna see each other tomorrow. I hope to see you there either 3 o'clock in the Danish part or and in 4 o'clock in the English part. Thanks for streaming, Pia. I enjoyed it too. No, the face is not done, but a few more spots are covered. Things are moving along. It's moving along. I want to be done with this long light color. Yeah, do that. And all of you take care, and thanks for the support you have given me. I really, really appreciate it. Hope you all have a good rest of your day, and hopefully see you on another stream. Bye.